I had a little too much sour candy, so my tongue is red. So you're just gonna have to ignore that. Hey, welcome to my channel. My name is Sarah. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Today I have already screwing up, another self-tanner video for you. So this is another company's product that I received a specific request to review. So I reached out to the company and they did send me this for free. I am still going to give my complete and honest, really screwing up today, honest opinion on it. And just because I received it free of charge does not mean that this is sponsored. So the brand is Sahara Soul, and this is actually an Australian brand. I've never seen this in stores in the US. So this was purchased online. They are vegan and cruelty free, paraben free, and I have a chocolate brown based self-tanning foam as well as a hydrating facial tanning mist. They did also send me a tanning mitt from their brand. So this says it goes from light to ultra dark. So on the back it has a guide. It says if you want a light shade, you're gonna leave it on for 1 to 3 hours, medium 2 to 4, dark 5 to 7, and if you want it ultra dark, you're gonna wanna leave it on for 8 to 9 hours. So I am naturally pretty pale, as you may have noticed from other videos. So self-tanners are something I've dabbled a little bit in. With timing and everything, I couldn't film this intro prior to applying it, but I left it on overnight. So I applied it around 10 p.m. It was on for about 1.5 hours to 2 hours, or like 1.5 when I fully completed everything. Before I got into bed, I think I showered around 8:30. So it was on for like 10 hours because I wanted to get a good idea of how ultra dark it actually gets. So if you get the bundle of the self-tanning foam and the tanning mist right now, it's $40 on their website. It looks like it's originally $47, but they're currently running a sale. The facial tanning mist separate is $24 and the self-tanning foam is $27 separate. It feels very smooth going on, very buttery, and it feels really nice, almost like lotion. But the thing I'm not sure about is it's not that easy to blend out. It seems like you have to put in a lot of work to get it to blend out so where it doesn't look streaky or patchy and it's like thoroughly blended into your skin. Whereas with the last self-tanner I used, it seemed to blend out really easily. This is one you really have to work into your skin for a couple of minutes to ensure that there aren't any harsh lines. I do love the cool brown look so far that is just the color guard. That gives me high hopes that the ending color is not gonna be orange toned at all based off of this. In the instructions, it says not to apply any moisturizers to your skin. I know that a lot of people do recommend putting lotion on the dry areas, like the backs of the hands, the wrists, knees, things like that. I did not do that for the left side of my body, just to see how it looks. And then I am applying lotion to the right side of my body, on my ankles and wrists, just to see if it makes any difference. Because since it is difficult to blend out, as I am finding, I think it would be good to do a measure test if it is one that makes a difference with putting on lotion, or if that makes it so where it doesn't stick. But so far it is looking dark around my wrists and ankles, so I feel like I am going to need lotion. So I am already seeing some pilling on my arm. I'm not sure if this is because I am over blending it. I'm really trying to get these harsher lines around my wrist out, but it looks like it is kind of pilling. So I don't know if that's going to wash off okay. We'll have to wait and see. With this one, it seems like it definitely gets you a darker shade, but you can't blend it out as far. You have to really concentrate on a smaller area with what is on the mitt because it is not going to spread out very evenly. It is looking splotchy on my hands before washing it. It looks kind of bad on both, despite me putting lotion on my right hand. Currently, I'm not actually seeing that much of a difference, but this is just the color guard, so we'll have to see. I did rinse my hands and wrists before going to bed so that it didn't get too dark in those areas, because I want everything else to stay on for 10 hours, but I'm pretty sure if I left it on my hands for that long, it would look horrible. Okay, so I thought I had my final thoughts on this product ready, but then earlier as I was walking with my mom, she pointed out this. So this isn't something I noticed beforehand, so I don't know if this is something that just like happened overnight or if this has been like this and I just haven't noticed. I did wear shorts yesterday, but since it's on the back of my legs, I didn't notice it all today and I was wearing shorts. And it was the end of the day that she mentioned something. So I went all day with my legs looking like this. So something I mentioned in the self-tanner review that I posted previously is that I unfortunately do sweat in my sleep. And I found with the previous one, because I do sweat in my sleep, it would come off on my sheets. They were white and gray sheets and you could see self-tanner on them. I thought this was going to be less of the case. However, I definitely did see some actually on my pillow, so I'm not sure if it was like my neck or like my arm area, but I'm also thinking, so I sleep in the fetal position a lot, and if I am also in like cold sweats, like right in that knee area, like the back of the knee is where you produce a decent amount of sweat. And it's like right where like if my legs were together. So my theory is that I was sweating in my sleep while in like the fetal position, or at least my legs were bent. And that is why it's just like completely missing. I don't remember seeing it like that the other days that I like filmed this. So like honestly, maybe I just like sweat a lot last night or the night prior or something. I'm not exactly sure. Personally, for me, that is a huge barrier because I do sweat in my sleep. I am hoping I can get that figured out and like not have cold sweats wake me up all the time. But until then, I might have to either refrain from using this or just be really cautious too that I don't experience areas like that and I go all day with splotches. So this is the 6th day that I've had it on, and in some areas, like you can tell on my legs and also like on my arm, where I wear my watch, you can see where it's rubbed back to like my original skin tone versus the tan. So for 6 days, that is a decent amount of time for it to be lasting. I also did go backpacking over the weekend, so I was outside sweating, and any kind of like shower, swimming, sweating, anything like that is going to diminish the time of the tanner because it comes off gradually like with water. So I will say that is very disappointing for me because there are a lot of things I do really like about this. So I did show that it kind of looked a little bit splotchy on my hands and my feet. I think there are ways that I can get around that by moisturizing really thoroughly beforehand, using a makeup brush instead of a mitt to apply it. That's something I like to do, is I like to like bend my fingers, use a makeup brush, and really like blend it in better like I would like makeup, since you have so much movement in your hands and in your feet and ankles, and I could just be a lot more sparing about this. But this tanner, to be honest, I don't think I've had one that's gotten my skin as dark as this one has on just one try, which is really impressive. Like, I was standing next to my boyfriend who is usually decently tan, and I was tanner than him with this on. I am super pale. I am very fair skinned. Like, I always go for the lightest shades of foundation, and for this to make me dark enough that I was tanner than someone else, insane. Now, I did leave it on overnight, but I felt like it also continued to develop over the next day or two. So you don't have to have it that dark, and I could have just kept it on for like 3 hours. Since I did sleep in it, I think that's what allowed it to get to like the maximum color. So I do really like that I didn't feel like I had to build it up or apply a second layer. Like, if I wanted a deep dark tan, I could achieve it with just one coating. I am really impressed with it that way, and it did seem to last a decent while. Even though it is splotchy on the back of my legs, you can see how much tanner I still am on the areas that I didn't sweat. So honestly, I am a little conflicted with this because it is very dark, it lasts a while, but there is the issue with it looking splotchy, or just like patches are missing because it comes off with sweat. Which, if you don't sweat in your sleep, like, you don't have this issue, but unfortunately I do. So I'm like not only sweating, but rolling around in sheets. So like, I think it'd be much different if I was just like outside running and sweating versus like sweating, creating a liquid, and then essentially using a cloth to like wipe it off. So it really is like the perfect opportunity to get it to come off. So it makes sense. It's not great for me, but you might not have that issue because the sweat essentially just washed it off. So I can't exactly tell you if you should or should not buy this or try this out. I just want to present you with my experience and tell you some things you should be cautious of, like if you do sweat in your sleep. I also really like the tone of this. I think it certainly looked like it was brown based and I didn't see any orange undertones. Like it looked like it was genuinely tan. I have my positives, but then I also have my negatives. So take that as you want. Take it with however you live life. I still have a full bottle, so I am going to continue using it. I'm just gonna have to be more cautious, maybe get some darker sheets. But yeah, I think I've rambled quite enough. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I'd really appreciate if you could subscribe to my channel, give this video a like, share it if you want to, comment down below. Let me know if there's anything you would like me to review or you want to see me do on video. That sounds weird. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your support, and I will hopefully see you in my next video.